Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. One half of it, Diego Barishnikov, the black Dominican Russian. And I'm here checking in with my main man, 6 foot and under post up champ. Tell him who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting live on a Monday, the weekend wrap-up show. What's good?
Man, I can't call it long weekend. A lot happened in a couple days. We're gonna touch on it all. Of course, it was NBA All-Star weekend, so we'll go over the weekend, the game, get some thoughts and comments and some things on that here in a second. And then basically a lot of little miscellaneous stuff, right?
Yeah, we're going into that particular time where we're out of football. The only thing we really got right now is regular season basketball, but then NCAA kicks off in a couple of weeks. So,
right. I'm looking forward to getting some of these lower tier college these conference tournaments. I say on the road. Those are normally pretty exciting.
Yeah.
They got my eye. I gotta get my eye on a couple of teams in college basketball because again, with so much parity out there, not really a dominant team this year.
Not at all.
Ain't really no clear-cut favorites. So we'll touch on that, people, later on in the show. As usual, before we get started and get too far into it, before we forget, we want to appreciate everybody for tuning in as usual. Those of y'all that watch us on the YouTube app, continue to do that. Check us out at AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. Remember to leave us some comments there, tap those thumbs up buttons and show us some love there. And then also, those of y'all are not left out. If you want to go in the gym, in the car, train, however you commute, check us out on the Spreaker app. That's Spreaker, and we can find us at AA Sportscast there as well. And as always, we are brought to you in part by Notoriously Fly. Shop Notoriously Fly on IG and Facebook. Don't just get fly, get Notoriously Fly. Good urban gear over there. And then also you can check us, our people over at Distinct Finds. Shop there on the eBay website. Use the promo code AA Sports 10 for a 10% discount. You might want to go ahead and cash in on that one. That one may be expired. So. All right. So I think we hinted at it last week, but it might have been on the technical difficulty show, the one that never left the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
But, we got a new segment, people. Normally we start the show off with open bar, and it's, to an extent, an extension of open bar, I guess. But, we're going to call this Dubs and L's. We're going to find out who eating dubs, who eating them W's, and who taking those L's out here in these streets. So now it could be topics from anything from sports to entertainment. So everything is fair game in this segment, right? Hey.
Yes, it's fair game with this one. I do believe we have a combined L we're going to be talking about. A certain lady from Fox News. She's holding a really big L.
Yeah, man.
We got a tag team that one.
Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, we got a lot. I got a lot of L's to hand out this week. There's a lot of stupid motherfuckers out here this weekend.
I got a few, and mine are primarily sports related. Actually, I added a couple before we get on. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna jump in with my W's for the week. I give a W to Anthony Davis for coming out wearing Boogie Cousins' jersey first half last night of the game. Boogie tore his ACL. Thought that was pretty dope, considering the fact that would have been his fourth consecutive All-Star game and coming off of ACL. Hey, that's not even ACL. I'm sorry, that's an Achilles. That's even worse. So shout out to AD on that one. Yes, I got a dub for Michael B. Jordan. I know you haven't seen it yet. He played the hell out the role in that movie. You need to check that shit out, people. Black Panther, he did really well in it. I got a W for my interim GM for the Carolina Panthers. The charges got dropped on Marty Herney. His lady tried to jam him up, people. She tried to jam him up, said he put him in.
So what happened? Has she been seen from? Is she missing, or is she just not cooperating?
Nah, she there. Just the judge threw the shit out off top when she filed the case. But, even when the judge throws it out, the NFL got to do their investigation. So they found nothing wrong. So, maybe we'll have a GM at some point, considering the draft is coming up real soon and free agency and all this stuff. We kind of need somebody. So shout out to him with that. My L's this week are related strictly to the game and basketball itself. Well, I got a few off topic. I got to give Ray Caruth one. Ray Caruth came out with a letter about his wanting custody of his son after he killed the boy mama 18 years ago. I understand people, change. He's been in jail a long time, but fam, writing a letter trying to get this resolved. I mean, he didn't release it himself to the news. The girl's mother did, but I just think you kind of need to ease into that. Stepping out talking about, hey, I want custody. The boy's already dealing with issues from the birth because his mama was up in a trunk. So yeah, that didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I saw. I want to chime in on that because he's the biggest dumbass. He ain't the biggest dumbass of the week.
There's a lot of bigger ones.
He's up there this week.
Top 5.
Oh yeah,
He's top 5.
Absolutely. I thought it was because I kind of read the probably the same article you did. Shout out to the grandmother of the child, the young lady's mom has been taking care of the child. She said she's forgiven him. And that she is willing to, I guess let him see him, or I guess supervise, of course, or whatever. Yeah. But custody, she said that's absolutely not gonna happen.
If he's 18, can't he decide for himself?
Well, I guess they're using the term custody, but it's gonna be about care because he's technically an adult, but he suffers from the I think it's cerebral palsy.
There you go.
Complications from that, so he basically needs care all the time. So I wouldn't trust Ray Caruth. He's been locked up for 20, 25 years at this point. Well, no.
Since 1999, fam.
Right. So, I wouldn't trust him to take care of the kid. And who's to say that if he's alone with the kid, he won't try to finish the job?
Right. So, that was suckers. I got one for Kobe Bryant. Boy, Kobe Bryant sound real analog this weekend.
I didn't hear Kobe. I missed a lot of All-Star stuff, so I didn't get to see a lot of the brunch and stuff when they get the interviews with the old timers and stuff. What Kobe went on this week?
Kobe was like, if you got to get recruited to come play for the Lakers, you ain't the guy for us.
Okay, now I did see that comment. Yeah.
Okay, I got to bring him to the front of the table with this one. The Lakers ain't made the playoffs since 2012. And they only won 45 games then. It's 2018. Fam, what y'all selling? What are you selling? Years ago?
Hey, man, they are definitely selling the Lakers mystique. And, you come, you see all the championship banners there, and you look at greats like Kobe, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Man,
what Willie Beeman say in there? Man, nothing but a bunch of ghosts on the wall.
Hey, right. And if we think about it, we think about how the players of today are so different from the older players. We talk about everything from the AAU environment and culture, and that leads to a lot of them being friends now, and that's probably cutting down on a lot of intense rivalries that they could be out there because everybody's friends or what have you. They are not on the same wavelength of what yesteryear was on. So that whole Lakers mystique don't really –
it means nothing.
It don't really equate to them because the Lakers, they have won a couple of championships, when Kobe's right there in his prime toward the latter part of his career. They haven't been dominant like they used to be.
Hell no.
Back when we were young.
They ain't even been serviceable. I mean, you think about it this way. Bro, they tried this shit, putting Kobe in the room of free agents. It don't work. Why are you letting him talk? I mean, I know the young kids like him. I didn't realize his appeal was this deep. Like I read an article about the Greek Freak saying, I want to go sit down with Kobe this summer. I want to make sure I'm moving the way he would move.
Right. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with the way Kobe moved the last couple of years and how he's been moving since he retired. He became a lot more, I guess, a lot open to talk to, open. Exactly. So, I can see why players see that now. But if this hadn't been the Kobe that was calling out Smush Parker and Andrew Bynum and threatening to go to the Clippers and ask to be traded. If it was that Kobe, the one snitching on Shaq, the Colorado incident, that Kobe, nobody really wanted to deal with that Kobe.
And I if you want to emulate the boys' drive and how he trained, I'm all for it.
Right.
The Kobe's career should have been extended had he been able to play well with others. Get somebody to come play with him. But yeah, you sound real analog this weekend, homie. The Lakers ain't the Lakers. My final 2 L's. Steph Curry sitting on that damn bench eating that popcorn. He looked like he didn't even want to play in that game last night.
Like, I took it as him just kind of, I don't know. I figured he knew that the cameras was going to be on him coming out of halftime and he went in the game.
Only warrior that came to play last night was Clay. Draymond didn't want to play, and Steph didn't want to play that damn game last night. They was there, but Clay played. And my final one, Mike D'Antoni and James Harden. If Steph didn't want to play, what can we say about James Harden? He really didn't want to play. I mean, damn. And Mike D'Antoni's coaching decision late in that game is exactly what y'all going to be looking forward to with the Houston Rockets.
Now,
go ahead.
I saw your tweet on that because, see, I was kind of in and out.
Yeah.
I think I fell asleep a little bit after halftime, and I woke up and LeBron was holding the MVP trophy. So I saw the clips. Well, I think what you were referring to, like when LeBron got the layup at the end to take the lead, because I noticed that
he was their only shot blocker.
I noticed that he wasn't on the floor.
He was trying to beat everything.
Right.
You take him out after they got the lead back. LeBron they go right back down there. LeBron, big boy is Draymond. Draymond had been on the bench, cuz. He was on the bench. And you take him out, throw him in the game. And then you bring Embiid in after they done took the lead back. That's the type of shit he does that don't make no sense.
Okay, so you brought him back. Because I wondered, because I saw, like I said, I'm just going by highlights trying to put two and two together. With about a minute and some change left, I think LeBron hit a three to tie it.
That tied it.
Like that. And I saw that Embiid was on him.
Yeah.
He was playing way off. And I know LeBron, I think he had a hot fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
So I was wondering if D'Antoni took Embiid out for defensive purposes to get a quicker lineup on the floor, because I noticed that LeBron's team on that go-ahead layup, when you're talking about Embiid was on the floor, I didn't see a big on the floor for LeBron's team. So I wondered.
Well, he was playing five most of the fourth. They went extremely small. Right. It's just he had just blocked Russell Westbrook's layup. He got caught on that three with LeBron. Okay. But, Embiid actually moves his feet. He was one of the only cats on Steph's team competing on defense. Okay. It just didn't make no sense to me. You pull him out. It's not like you go on offense for defense, because, hell, he hit a lot of threes in that in the fourth quarter to keep it going. Coach Open Gym just irritates me.
Right. I know what I said. If I saw it in its entirety, I'd probably get a better grasp on it. I was just wondering exactly what had happened, because I know he is full of shit in most cases.
Yeah, but Harden just seemed like he wasn't there for it. I mean, we already knew LeBron had the better team, but they were up double digits. It seemed like multiple times in the game. They could have won that damn game.
Yeah, that was, and how they got the lead was really kind of why I picked. And I noticed after we got through with Thursday's show that I really contradicted myself, because I picked Team Steph to win the game, but I picked KD to win MVP. And after we got out the show and I'm editing, I'm like, well, that can't happen.
I think it's happened before, and I get what you're saying, though, because in a game full of three-point shooting, because I got irritated halfway through the second quarter, because I'm like, either they dunking or shooting threes. I hate the NBA some nights.
They shot a record between two teams, like 108 threes last night.
There is no middle game no more. It's just dunk or three. That's it.
That's crazy.
Anyway, go ahead. Tell them what you got, son. I know you've been itching for it.
So, for my W's, we're gonna start there. My first one is I'm gonna give one to Drake for the God's Plan video. I finally did see it. I kept seeing talk about it, but I said, let me go ahead and finally try to check this video, because I'm kind of iffy with Drake. I just don't like all that singing and shit.
Yeah.
So I checked it out, and I really fell in love with the video, because I could tell the people that was in that video that he was giving that money and the cars and things to. You could tell those people really needed it.
Yeah.
You could feel the genuineness coming off the screen. So I liked it for that part. And just what I'm saying, giving uplifters for people who probably down and out, don't know where the next meal, next whatever was gonna come from. And for somebody like that in his with his stature to be able to do that, that's always a good look. I think they said he gave away almost like $1 million between the cars and the money and all of that, the groceries that he showed up at the grocery store and bought people. So little stuff like that probably meant a whole lot to them people.
Yeah.
And something that's not, skin off the back to him. So, shout out to him. for that. Just don't come back and do no jerk shit in the next week or so and take away all your good fortune.
You seem to be on a good tip right now, though, for real.
All right, cool. Another W I'm giving to Black Panther movie. I wanted to get it, give a shout out to that. I haven't went and saw it yet, but I will go sometime this week or this weekend at the latest. But I pulled up some of the numbers from this movie, and it's done quite well. As of today, they've calculated roughly, estimates of course, $387 million globally, about 220 or so here in North America, and they only expected it to do about 165 here in North America. So it's crushing all kind of records. I saw a story where South Lake Mall, movie theater here in Atlanta, people, they added 84 shows on Friday alone.
Yep.
That's a lot of damn movie shows. So box office, people showing up and showing out for the movie. I was laughing Friday night because I was wondering, looking at the pictures and whatnot. I expected some dashikis to come out the house. I expected some head wraps, but I was really surprised by a lot of the stuff I saw. I was wondering if they had turned it into a costume party.
Right.
But at the same time, it was real ill because when other people go out for these Star Wars movies and all Star Trek and all that stuff, they dress up just the same. So it was good to see that movie do well and see people united over the weekend.
I've been saying for years, man, I get tired of seeing slave movies. I mean, hell, we've been shown that our entire lives. They can't show us nothing else. We can't be, last I heard, we was kings in Africa too. We was warriors. We can be a little bit more than damn slaves. And so it was dope seeing something different.
You slaves, the athlete trying to come up from the hood and make it, or or the gang and violence type movies. That's pretty much where we go. What was also interesting to me, I'm gonna play a little. Well, not really a game. I'm just gonna ask you, with the way that Black people, of course, showed up and showed out for this movie, what would you think the percentage of total people that came out were African American or Black?
I tell you, when I saw it on Friday, it was a lot of white people in there too. I mean, they catching the culture off top because it's tied to Marvel. They're looking at this. Black people looking at this as an event, for the culture. This, if you follow those Marvel movies, this is just a piece of the puzzle. So the white people were coming strictly off the fact that the last Captain America movie, that's where he first premiered in. So give or take, I'd probably say 60%. Blacks, I mean, they were out. I mean, this was history.
I was surprised when I saw the number that New York Times reported, because this was in the same article I pulled the ticket sale numbers from.
Yeah.
That 37%.
That's it.
And then I started to think, damn, that seemed kind of low, but then I also have to think, Diego, your mind's a little skewed because you live in Atlanta.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole country. This is Marvel. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about how this movie's doing across the world in countries like Germany and Russia. So once I kind of thought about that, I say, okay, I could probably see it. I mean, we do only make up about 13 or 14% of the population.
Hey, I tell people all the time, when I first moved here from Hickory, North Carolina, it's the most Black folks I've seen in my life in Atlanta. And I'm not bullshitting you.
Shout out. Now, the next one, I kind of wanted to give her an L, but I'm going to give her a W. All right? Just for the sure fact, it's just the way how she pulled this off. We got an American skier named Elizabeth Swain. Now, she's from America. However, she skied in the Olympics on behalf of Hungary. She used some kind of loophole to be able to ski for Hungary. So people, if you're asking, well, if she's American, why the hell she just ski for the U.S.? Well, because she sucks. Apparently, she's so bad, she would go to these smaller countries to qualify for World Cup events. And if you get so many World Cup points, then you automatically qualify for the Olympics, okay? So she would just go to these World Cup events and show up and just make sure she's not dead last.
Yeah.
And get her points and go on to the next one. So once you get a point, then okay, well the country still has to accept you, or you still got to compete within that country. Well, if the country don't really have nobody skiing like that, then you automatically make the team.
Right.
So she's used this loophole to get on the Olympic squad. I watched the clip of her or one of her runs today. She looked like somebody that just started skiing a month ago.
We've heard of those loopholes before. Like with cats playing ball for Puerto Rico or something.
Right.
We've seen it done before, but yeah, I saw the clip you posted on the personal chat. That was some humbug.
Like, man, are you serious? Like, come on. And then I read even further, come to find out, this chick got a degree from Berkeley, a degree from Harvard, and she ran against Arnold. She's the one that lost to Arnold Schwarzenegger in the governor race in California.
So she's living like the ultimate best life right now.
Right. I mean, she's just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you turned that L into a W.
Yeah, I was gonna say I started reading this up some more. I was like, nah, she's all right with me.
Yeah, she's taking a shot.
Yes, sir. All right, now we're gonna get to these L's. Again, people, this is one of them shows that we've been talking about doing for a while. Well, it's just kind of whatever because there ain't really shit to talk about. We're on All-Star break too. But this particular L, speaking of All-Star, got to go to that pregame with Kevin Hart, Queen Latifah, the whole crew, and especially Fergie for that national anthem. I think she killed any credit that she had with the Black Eyed Peas and all them hits that they had in 2.5 minutes last night. That's horrible.
That shit was trash, B. I mean, as far as the Kevin Hart thing, I turned it because the shit was just too much. It
was too long.
I mean, with comedians, they gotta hit that lick while they can.
Right.
Hasn't his shit expired at some point?
See, for me, I thought it did. It ain't expired because he's got other projects going and he's still getting the movie, so it ain't died in that regard. But it has died in. Well, I can only listen to him a certain amount of time. Like I can watch a stand up maybe, but the impromptu stuff, the interviews and stuff, it's getting old because it's still kind of the same kind of jokes and the same delivery, same kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the part that's getting old and tired with Kevin Hart.
I'm just glad he didn't play. I didn't watch it. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad he wasn't in the celebrity game again. Because they used to give him that every Friday.
Yeah, that was his night. That was his night. Yeah.
So at least they didn't give him that.
Now that boy Quavo took the celebrity game over from what I heard. That way.
I saw the highlights, man. Quavo had 19 on him.
That way. But yeah, Fergie, man. I mean, she was the equivalent of the dude that come to the court, fresh J's, Nike down, headband and everything, can't hoop a lick.
Yeah.
Because she looked good. Dress was nice. She looked nice, hair looked nice or whatever. But when she opened that damn mouth, good grief.
Yeah. She just released a statement saying it didn't go the way she wanted to. It went all the way left for her.
Yeah. I mean, at least she recognized it, but what else she supposed to say? That shit was horrible.
Hey, man, you can't fuck up in today's society. Not with Twitter. They was on her ass before the song was even over with.
All right. Got one more L before we get to our combined L. The big L of the week. Now, this particular L goes out to the country of Switzerland. I saw this morning. I was watching Go Look in Window. And Switzerland is trying to put a ban on being able to boil your lobsters. They say it's cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh my God!
The lobsters are alive, and then the steam in the water, whatever, is what kills them instantly. She said that's cruel and unusual punishment because the lobsters can feel that. That's not the dumb part about this. The dumb part, these are they supposed resolutions instead of doing it that way. The first one is they said it's better to dip the lobster in salt water to sedate it and then drive a knife through his head.
Ain't that more cruel?
Okay. They'd rather do that than just throw it in steaming water. All right. The other option, just electrocute it. That's so That's their two options. Electrocute it or stab it in the head rather than just throw it in the steaming water. Switzerland people.
You know, they've been known for being neutral, so this is not surprising. It's not surprising at all.
This is stupid. All right, so that is that.
Real quick, before we jump into this, Jimmy Butler, man. He kind of gets he gotta hold the L. Gotcha.
Hey man, the only question is, and people, y'all chime in, leave us some comments, tell us what you think. Was he drunk?
He had to be drunk, man. He had to be. There's no way. He ain't play a minute. Not 1 minute.
The whole game?
Nah, and LaMarcus Aldridge came out and played a little bit. They said he was not going to play much because he was hurt before the All-Star game. The hell, he played at least 3 to 4 minutes. Jimmy didn't come off the bench.
So Jimmy didn't take off his warm-up.
No, and Lou Will was on it, midnight. Bruh, really?
Oh, did he? Lou Will said something?
He added him on Twitter because, you know, Lou is still very salty about not making that team. Very salty.
Okay.
So when Jimmy didn't play a minute, they sound like he was under the weather. People, I've been under the weather before, especially after a weekend of partying. I've been very under the weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, you got to come on. Yeah, you got to come on.
Was it white or dark? That's my question. White or dark?
Because I'm like, okay, the All-Star game started at like what, 5, 6 o'clock West Coast time.
Yeah.
We've been hung. Everybody's been hungover before. You got to really go in to still be drunk at 6 o'clock. That's normally the time you kind of getting right. You know, you may be willing to dip your foot back in the water by 6 o'clock.
Right.
At least maybe drink a beer. Maybe not, but you ready to get back right. He was just out of it.
If he was that drunk, that means he was walking to the timeouts and whatnot. You know that when you're trying to keep it down?
Yeah.
So he was walking real slow. So he might, man, if he'd have thrown, that would have been everything last night.
If he was still pounding at 6 o'clock, that was Brown more than likely. Brown or tequila.
God, I wanted him to throw up on that court last night. That would have been everything. Let's get to the big L of the week.
He made a statement.
Hell no.
I guess he won't. I guess he really don't need to because by the time they play again Wednesday or Thursday, he'll be straight either way.
Yeah, what Lou really gonna do?
Exactly. What was D'Antoni gonna do?
Right. So, yeah. On to this big L. All right, people. Let me start off. All right. Going into this weekend, there was a segment of the Undefeated that was taped with Carrie Champion driving LeBron James and Kevin Durant around in an Uber. Pretty dope segment. And she asked them questions in regards to how they felt about Donald Trump and everything going on. And they spoke on it. Well, a host on Fox News, Laura Ingraham, came out and essentially said that LeBron needs to keep his political comments to himself, shut up and dribble. If this was not some of the most disrespectful shit I have heard in a long time, well, I tell you, man, these racists and these folks of this nature, they are flying that flag. When you tell a rich cat who ain't never been in trouble, only thing this cat ever did that anybody can ever say is that he announced he was going to play basketball in Miami and gave all the money to the Boys and Girls Club. That's it.
Right.
In 15 years, that's the only thing he's ever done.
And he's high maintenance, stuff like that, But
yeah, but ain't like he don't beat a chick or got drunk and didn't play in the All-Star game. He ain't do nothing of that nature. So for this chick to say that, a few more of her comments. It's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. He doesn't make $100 million to do just that. Now, probably throughout the course of the year, it may add up to that, but he gets paid around $35 right now to bounce a ball. But
right.
This was some sucker shit, man.
What made that even more suckerish? And I'm trying to, as you speaking, those of y'all watching wondering where I got my head down, what the hell am I doing? I'm trying to find Chris Long's thread where he kind of ran off some receipts of all the people that are in the entertainment business that's been on that network talking politics. As a matter of fact, here we go. Clint Eastwood, actor. Ted Nugent, what the fuck does he do?
Oh, that's that rock and roll Republican guy who hates everybody.
Okay. Chuck Norris. Bobby Knight, a coach, Kid Rock. I mean, you get the point.
Yeah, you see the common thread with everybody on there.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just more a sign of just trying to point to the systematic oppressive system that is this country, because in essence what she's trying to do is she knows and understands that people like LeBron, Kevin Durant, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they like to throw their names out there a lot too on that network. But they know that they have an influence and they can get our people, and mindset wise at least, trying to move forward in the right direction. They don't want that. They want us to keep everything status quo.
Right.
They want to keep us down. They want to keep the foot on the neck. They don't want no signs of progression. Oh no, we can't let them get equal or even think that they can come up and be equal with us. No, we got to make sure that they understand that they still got a place and it ain't in the same place as us.
Right. It's sad, man. I mean, and all she did was help his platform. That's all she did.
Right.
Because if people weren't listening before, they definitely listening now. Now, Nike, you think Nike ain't got them shirts in production already? I'm more than an athlete.
I mean, they already been running the equality promo for the better part of the last couple of months, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And Nike's they're gonna use the opportunity to capitalize, because even though I kind of like it in one degree, I think the whole Black History release that they've been doing these last couple of years with some of these sneakers, it's just a way to kind of exploit it, and get money.
All that.
Yeah, but at the same, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a give and take in that regard. They're exploiting us money wise, but they are getting that stuff out there to some kids who probably wouldn't go in no library and look up no Black history. So you got to take it as it comes in that regard. But
right,
shout out to LeBron. He's holding the dub in that regard, because this is one of them examples where he could have went low, but that's why I don't understand how people have hate for this cat. I mean, I'm sitting here, we're being critical here. Yes, he can be a sucker sometimes in regards to wanting help on that team, but missteps in regards to the media, saying the wrong thing. He doesn't have a history of this. So how can you even attack this man? Last I checked, we all Americans. We should be able to say what the hell we want. Either way.
Right.
Either way.
Right. And like I said, taking basketball out of it, as far as just life, business, family, all of that, LeBron James is winning. A+.
No outside kids. No Instagram thotties done popped up saying they done been with him with pictures.
Well, you remember it was that one chick.
He was in her DM. He could have been trying to show her how to strive for greatness.
Hey. Now when it comes to thotties, now
He moves right though. We don't know.
I'm about to say he probably got one of these moniker accounts, like KD, fake account, hitting them up.
Hey, Brown might not touch a phone because he might move like Nino in them.
Like Nino did, yeah. Like
don't touch the phone.
Yeah.
but shout out to him, man. That's a dub on his part. We can segue that into the All-Star weekend, because one big takeaway I got from that game yesterday: how in the hell is he the best player still in this league in year 15? Like, hands down, the best player in the league.
You giving the hands down? I think KD right there.
KD's right there, but
I mean, I'm of course, I love LeBron, but I try to be as realistic as possible. I think KD's defense emergence, I think, is probably why I'm giving him more credit than I would have maybe 3 years ago.
He's close.
He's coming along with the defense. But yeah, I mean, the dude's always averaging a triple-double, right? Regular season, almost a triple-double last night in the All-Star game. And from what I gathered, he was the engine that made that team really go second half of that game.
And that's what I'm going off of. I mean, he set the table. KD was on that team with him, but he looked like the best player on the court still in year 15. What year is this for KD? Like 9?
Give or take. He got drafted in what, 7?
Yeah, 07. Yeah. So this might be 11.
Right, because I think he's an 8, 9-time All-Star. Because I was looking at that last night too. How many All-Star appearances? And I was looking at the gap. Like, damn, it's like LeBron's 14th, 15th appearance, and KD is just on 8 or 9. So yeah.
Let's just ballpark 10.
Yeah.
And this is LeBron's 14th All-Star game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talked about it before. Even if he slows down, what he gonna drop down to what? 21, 6 and 6?
Right.
and we're years away from that, probably at least 2 or 3.
Right, from the sharp drop off, right. That's crazy. And what's even more crazy about it is you look at how many back-to-back finals he's been to. This is going, if they make it this year, this would be what, 9?
9.
That's a lot of basketball.
Yes.
And if you throw in 3 Olympic runs, right?
Yeah.
So that's after them finals appearances. Then no summer, no break. We're going right into Olympics. No break after that. Really.
Gets hurt.
Right back.
You play hard. You don't get hurt. Don't miss no games, really, give or take. You know.
Well, he get his rest now.
Yeah, here and there, but it's not like he's missing 20 games a year with rest.
Oh no.
5, 6 games maybe.
Yeah, and this year they haven't really had too many of them maintenance games. Well, probably because they was garbage for so long. He really couldn't afford it.
They changed it because of him, remember?
Yeah.
They changed the league again because of him.
Eliminated a lot of back-to-back, so apparently that's helped.
Man, Kyrie looked really good last night.
Hey man, Uncle Drew gonna always ball, man. It's gonna be. We'll stick to the All-Star, but I'm gonna say it's just gonna always be an issue with. Now it's gonna be with Uncle Drew. Can he get Tatum? Can he get Jaylen Brown? Come up another level. I like Jaylen Brown. Tatum had a good start to his rookie season. He kind of hit a wall.
Yeah, he done hit that wall.
He need to get them up one more level before playoffs come. If they're gonna make some real noise.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Tatum probably done played more games already than what he played at Duke last year. Already. So
absolutely.
So he's good at that wall at this point.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens in the second half. That week probably did them some good, but you can't even really say the week because they probably partied every damn night since Thursday. But
did he play in the rookie game?
I believe he played in the rookie game with Jaylen.
So he probably had a few obligations.
Yeah.
But like you said, they in LA, man. They've been living it up.
Boy.
They've been living it up. And Boston has played 59 games. So yeah, this is almost like two college seasons. You know what I'm saying? Because Duke got bounced, first round last year? Second round?
Second round.
So they probably paid no more than 25 games or so. Yeah.
So, but let's go ahead and talk these winners out real quick. 3-point contest. It was on the tip of my tongue last week. I wanted to take Devin Booker, but I didn't. Devin Booker got it done. That boy's jumper looked like water Saturday night. It's a damn shame.
I got a chance to see that. I was thinking the same thing too. Scared money. But no, I had Devin Booker on the mind, but I really thought Clay was going to win.
But damn shame. Phoenix, y'all better enjoy it while you can because that boy is good and gone.
So you don't think when they roll that max contract out, that money
the way these kids move nowadays though?
Money right there in front of you.
Yeah, they do normally take the first deal.
Yeah, so this will be the first one.
They normally take the first one. Second one, they normally leave because they want to win the second year.
Yeah, by the second one, by the second deal, well, I guess it's really the third deal.
Yeah, third deal.
They tired of losing by that point.
Yeah, he'll be about 26, 27 then.
Right. They never made the playoffs, shit like that. Yeah, then he'll start looking at moves.
Okay, so Phoenix, I was wrong about that. Y'all have him for a few more years.
I don't know. Ain't no telling. I mean, the way these players are starting to move, LeBron, KD, last couple of years, maybe showing these young boys the light.
Possible.
3-year deals, short deals.
Them 3 people, y'all need to start. Tim Duncan had the blueprint, them 3-year deals, 3-year max. All right, the skills competition. Some dude named Spencer from the Brooklyn Nets won.
Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, I've not watched the Brooklyn Nets game. I can't tell you who's on there outside of the boy from the Lakers and Jaleel from Philly, who finally got freed, and we ain't heard his name since he got up there.
I don't think he's been doing nothing.
So Philly might have knew
This
something.
cat is Dinwiddie is probably about their best player. Of course, ain't many Nets games coming on TV, and I ain't about the NBA package this year. So
only time we hear about the Nets is that pick that they owe to the Cavs. That's it.
Right, which ain't looking as good as it was looking at the beginning of the season.
Because they're winning games some kind of way.
Yeah,
they ain't even tank right. Anywho, they ain't supposed to tank for this. They're supposed to
win them games. They don't want that pick to be too high.
Yeah. Dunk contest. Donovan Mitchell got it done. I had him on my sheet. I had him, and then I had DSG at the bottom of it. Hey, he looked good. We always knew he could jump, but I was putting on the personal chat the other day. Do you recall old school cats missing this many dunks as they miss nowadays?
No, I didn't. But at the same token,
They doing more.
I want to say they doing more. You know what I'm saying? They trying more because, the dunks back then, nobody had seen those dunks. Now it's like basic shit people do in the game. So it's a little different.
It's like it turns me off.
What was your favorite one?
Probably Mitchell, the one off the second backboard. Because to throw that ball all the way off a second board, catch it, and dunk on another rim, that was pretty hard to me.
Yeah, I like the one where he had the guy come out, throw it off the side of the board, and he jumped over Hart and the kids.
But what the hell did Kevin Hart little ass get down for? He could have jumped over him standing up.
Yeah, he really could have. He really could have. And then I like the Dennis Smith Jr. had the I want to say it was a reverse the cradle. No, he threw it up, caught it with his legs, and then dunked it with the other hand. I thought that one was pretty good.
Yeah.
What you think about? What you give on a scale of 1 to 10? What you give Donovan on his Vince Carter impersonation? What you give him on that? What you think about that?
I think it was impressive because he's about 3-4 inches shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to get it, because Vince was all the way up there with that. It's almost like he barely got it over the rim, but it was still impressive.
Right. That's why I had to knock him down a couple points. I guess maybe I'm tough looking at the original, but
yeah. But he's shorter. Vince is 6'7"?
Right, yeah. I mean, but he has the house. I don't know if he slipped on the takeoff or what, but it was like he was coming down.
Yeah.
As he dunked it, and
another
split second, he might have got hung.
Yeah.
Good dunk. So it was a pretty decent dunk contest. Pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, we done seen about everything. I mean, it's only so far you can go, short of dunking on a 12-foot goal.
Right, or I ain't seen nobody do this. I want to see a 720. Something like that, something crazy. Yeah.
But it ain't much you can do. You want to impress me? Put a shot block under that rim, and you just go up and boom on them. That should be the contest. That'd be the shit.
Exactly. And I think it should be Embiid because he would give it that extra flair.
Is he not the new bad guy? And I like it.
Oh man, he is funny to me.
I like it. Yep. I mean, he brings the competition. Mm-hmm. Man, do him and Russell really just not like each other right now?
So my Embiid.
Yeah, I like that though. I like the competition of it.
Oh yeah.
At least everybody ain't the best of friends no more. Get past that shit. I'm over that.
Yes, sir. All right.
Anything stick out to you about the game besides that? 3-pointers and dunks, man. That's the NBA now.
That's pretty much it. Like I said, I was kind of in and out in between looking at the back of my eyelids in the game.
Yeah.
So, I would like to see the draft televised next year. I would like to see that. There's another little wrinkle I'd like to see. Oh, the prize money. I know they upped the prize money from up to $100,000 for the winner, $25,000 for the loser. I like to see it. I think we talked about it a couple shows ago. Winner take all.
They be playing real defense out there.
I like to see that thrown in there. Other than that, I think it was pretty good. Like I said, outside of that way too long pregame, that shit was like 45 minutes. That was just way too long. And then, Fergie. Outside of that, it was pretty It's a pretty decent All-Star weekend.
Dig.
Part that I saw.
All right. Let's run through a few football tidbits. Run through these real quick, good people.
All right.
I believe you hit me with this earlier today or yesterday. Said the Jets are preparing to go all in, do whatever they can to get Kirk Cousins. Offer the most money of anybody. I heard they're willing to fully guarantee his deal. Fully guaranteed?
Oh, yeah?
Like, all of it.
This is what we've been looking for in NFL is fully guaranteed deals, and we figured it'd take somebody like with some clout, like Aaron Rodgers or somebody, to actually go there. We gonna get this ball rolling with Kirk Cousins?
You know what this feels like? This feels like one of them balloons. That height is just growing. It's just growing.
It's just gonna burst.
Boy, they gonna get there, and he go up there and throw 25 interceptions in that damn win.
Oh man.
Going to who is he gonna throw to?
What's the boy they got locked up a few weeks ago?
Oh, Robbie Anderson gonna be sat down at least
4 games,
3 to 4, starting the year off. But fully guaranteed. Hey,
I believe that when I see it.
I mean, shit, it ain't that far off if you really look at it.
You might get 80, 90 guaranteed. Total contract 125, 130. That's another 40, $50 million. That's a lot of money.
We talking about the Jets, though. I mean, they sitting on the cap. I wouldn't do the shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not guaranteeing $125 million for Kirk Cousins. I'm not doing it.
Like, what's the structure of that? Like, how you gonna structure that?
Hey,
I don't see that being a good look.
Atlanta, y'all better get that done with Matt Ryan. Don't let this deal get done. Don't. And you know who's sitting back laughing the whole while? Aaron Rodgers. Just sitting back cooling. All right, we can save number 2 for Thursday's show.
All right.
There's another tidbit in regards to this Malcom Butler thing. The more you hear about it, it just sounds like this boy didn't do shit. When do you hear the players speaking out this much against what the coach said?
About anything.
Anything.
Right now, with this one, though, with Devin McCourty seems to be kind of, trying to play the other side. Because he's saying –
He said he knew he wasn't going to start.
He knew he wasn't going to start.
But then he said, I just hate that for him character-wise going into free agency. It's just not true. Okay. As far as I know, I was there all week, and not one time did anything come up. Gotcha. So it wasn't character. Right. And if he played 98% of the snaps and he wasn't hurt, then why the hell didn't he play? And we still ain't seen no film of him at no concert, him partying, nothing.
Because it ain't none.
It's none out there.
There's no phone. The only video footage of his weekend is probably on his phone, his family phone, where, like he said, he was hanging out with them in the hotel room or wherever they were for most of the weekend, outside of his preparation for the game. I mean, come on, man. Let's think about it. This man been on the Patriots for the last couple of years. This ain't the first time they've been to the Super Bowl. You know how the Patriots get down. You know their culture.
Right.
This ain't Eugene Robinson going out with the Falcons and the night before the Super Bowl getting busted with a prostitute. This ain't that type of thing. So it always seemed fishy that just all of a sudden, as a matter of fact, when he's a free agent,
right,
he'll go out and do something that's stupid. It just don't add up. It just don't add up.
Right. And I didn't even think about it till you just said he done been on this team at the Super Bowl before. Yeah. So he know what he can't do.
This was his third one.
Yeah, so that's very suspect.
Rings. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about Johnny Manziel or Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying?
All right, this last story here, Bill Polian, respected Hall of Fame former GM with the Colts, Bills, couple of teams.
You lose their respect.
I didn't like none of this shit. None of this shit whatsoever. This is Bill Polian on Lamar Jackson, former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback with Louisville, who's coming out this year. Polian was asked specifically about him, and he said he needs to play wide receiver. He said Jackson is short and he's slight. Mr. Diego, is Lamar Jackson 6'3"? Because that's what I heard.
Or better.
Okay. That doesn't qualify as short. Last I checked.
If he thinks Lamar Jackson is short, what does he think?
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Right. Right. He said the accuracy, I'm going to skip all this other stuff, these comparisons, these wide receivers, because it's humbug. He said the accuracy is just not there. Don't wait to make the change. Don't be like the kid from Ohio State, Terrell Pryor, and be 29 when you make the change. He's starting to get a bit of the angry old man syndrome.
And some of this ain't even true. Is Terrell Pryor even 29 yet?
No, they disputed that. He just made the change at 26.
That's what I'm saying. He's been playing receiver for at least the last, 3 years?
Yeah, 2 to 3.
Yeah, so he ain't been in Oakland forever. So,
it's been a minute.
So what the hell is Bill Polian talking about? I didn't even realize this where you was going. I seen some because I kept seeing Bill Polian name pop up on my feed today. I'm like, why the hell is Bill Polian? I need to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. I saw some dumbass comments that he said that Nick Foles is worth 2 first and 2 second rounds.
I heard that.
Oh, come on, dude. Is this dude so old? Has a game passed him by?
Man, his only claim to fame. Okay, now I can't say that. He was the GM in Buffalo and they got the 4 straight Super Bowls. I give you that. It's hard for me to give cats a lot of credit. They got 1 Super Bowl in Peyton Manning's prime. 1.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah. And
that was like the mid-90s, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you had arguably the best quarterback of a generation, and you got 1 in his prime. 1. So
team ain't been shit since they left, pretty much. Well, I can't say that because Andrew Luck did get them to 3 playoff appearances before these last couple of years. So, but I get your point. With a quarterback like Peyton Manning, who's going to go down in the discussion with the GOATs.
Top 5 probably discussion.
Exactly. Only to get 1 championship out of that. Yeah.
It's just, I will agree that Lamar isn't the most polished college quarterback. Absolutely agree. Yeah. But
I can see him saying some of this stuff about, the accuracy, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's 100. Yeah. But to sit there and say this man is short and he's skinny, absolutely. But isn't Josh Rosen slight too? Ain't that what we constantly hear? He's skinny.
And Lamar Jackson, he's slim, but he's one of them wiry, strong dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't play ball, you didn't play it against some dude that looks skinny, but he's strong as hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That don't have anything to do with it. I'm looking for the disingenuous smile comments now. What those at?
Well, you know what's coming next. Wonderlic test. That's gonna be the next thing.
Hey, I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. You already know.
Know that shit's coming.
You already know that's coming.
He scored extremely low on his Wonderlic. He's this. Oh my God, the bullshit.
Wonder D's.
Boy, that's some bullshit. Let's talk a little bit of college basketball before we get up out of here, homie. Okay, you kind of touched on it earlier. This is the first year I can recall in a very long time. I ain't got no idea who's the favorite to win. No idea. Anybody can lose any night this year in college basketball.
Anybody can get it.
And I clearly haven't watched a lot of college basketball this year for Virginia to be in the top 2 in AP and the coaches poll. Virginia.
Right.
Have you watched them this year?
I think maybe once. Couldn't tell you a single person on their team. Well, I think their point guard is still there from last year, and I think he was pretty decent. But no, I haven't really watched a lot of them. From what I can gather, they're doing it mostly on their defense, which is normally a staple of a good Virginia team. I think about a couple of years ago, they've had pretty good teams.
Did Brogdon play for them a couple of years ago?
Exactly, those teams.
Oh, yeah, they played good D. Yeah.
Those are good teams. So they've been right here in the top the last few years, so that's not surprising. It's just seeing them at number 1 is just definitely like, how did it happen? Because I think they only lost 2 games this year.
Right.
And you haven't heard really much about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You hearing everything about, Duke and those boys, Bagley and Wendell Carter, rightfully so. All the hype November, December was about Trae Young.
We're going to get to him.
Michigan State is always a top team. I like them. They've been in the news recently, obviously, for the wrong reasons.
I was going to say, You see, we ain't heard shit about coming for Izzo's job. They don't push all that to the left.
Yeah, last I heard, somebody from the university did come out and say, yeah, we have basically told Izzo and D'Antoni to shut the hell up, don't say shit. And I want to say, did I see something last week about D'Antoni getting ready to get an extension? Did I see that? Right? Okay.
I want to say another case done came out over this weekend.
So now, what was surprising to me, see, I know you probably saw it, because you know this federal investigation that's been about the corruption and everything.
Yeah.
Started with the Patino thing.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it's like 50 schools, and the NCAA is supposedly in this. So I'm already thinking, oh boy, is Carolina in this shit? Roy Williams said emphatically, I ain't worried. So that kind of made me feel good. You know, because Roy don't really come out and just say shit just to be saying it.
Oh, Roy done went through too much over the last 3 to 5 though. He done been through too much, so we probably squeaky clean up there at this point.
Yeah.
So, but I found that interesting to know that, you know, with what went on in Michigan State, and I ain't just talking about with Nassar, but the claims against the basketball and football teams, that it ain't much more of an outcry. It's like that shit got a weekend. 1 weekend.
Right. And especially the stuff with what stuck out to me about the basketball team is the fact that, you know, you had this ex-player, they said he raped this chick.
Was that Adrian Payne? Because I know he got cut from the team.
But the other guy, I keep forgetting his name. He was the assistant coach. Was it a domestic violence or assault, or did he get accused?
He was a coach. He was an assistant coach with him. I remember. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Was it a rape allegation or was
I believe it was.
Okay, but he was still coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't look good in itself, right there.
Kentucky took another L this weekend, from what I saw. I think they're going to the NIT, home.
And unless they pull off something where you know, they can make a run in the NCAA. What is their record right now? Because I know they're not even in the top 25.
No, they're not in the top 25. And at some point, do you think this is the year that he starts recruiting long term instead of one and done? I mean, Duke's kicking his ass one and done, so he kind of might want to change his strategy.
Probably not. Knowing Coach Cal, he'll get back. You know, Duke has the last couple of years they've gotten him, so I guess he might be thinking, okay, I was hot for quite a while. I cooled off a little bit, but I'll be back.
Man,
what else he gonna do? He probably ain't gonna go nowhere else. He ain't coming back to the NBA.
No. I'm talking. Will he start trying to build a team?
Better.
Yeah, just build a team instead of one and done. You know, sprinkle in some of that. You know, get some guys who want to stay 3 to 4 years.
Right. Because like I said, we talked about that, and you know, because as North Carolina fans, you know, coming up in the Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Rasheed Wallace, you know, all those guys, and coming up through all those great teams, those eras, we used to getting, you know, the high-profile guys. We haven't been much lately. But I like the way that we went about it because we've been, like you said, building teams. You know, here we are, you know, got a good chance to go, you know, at least make the Sweet 16.
And that's a win to me. With the way we look this year.
With the whole front court being gutted, you know, last year being able to get back to the national championship and win it after losing people like Marcus Page and was other boy, Bryce Johnson, you know what I'm saying? So Roy has been able to build and build and build. And so maybe some teams will start doing that because the one and done route really ain't working out as far as championships are concerned. I think Duke got that one, was it 3 or 4 years ago? Yeah,
with Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, they got that one. But outside of that, they haven't won any outside of that recently. Kentucky hasn't won any with all they one and done.
Well, they got that one with AD. Yeah.
Outside of that, so 2 titles, all these years of one and done, that ain't really adding up to me.
Hey, you think they have a serious talk with them this summer?
Who?
The chancellor and AD in Kentucky.
Have a serious talk with who?
Cal.
About what?
Hey, we like these one and dones, but we ain't won a title since, what was that? 13?
Yeah, but If I'm Cal, I'm sitting right there and going, when was the last time you won one before that?
Shit, didn't Tubby get 2 out of them?
Tubby got 1 or 2 early 2000s, but
I think Cal needs 2. I mean, I get what you're saying. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, when his contract up?
Nah, he ain't going nowhere. But nah, we talked about it last summer. There has to be that line in between. You know, he gonna get you paid, but that's a year. What about the university? We're trying to put shit in the rafters. You know,
Right.
and this is
It's tough because, you know, especially when him being so open that my job is to get these guys to the pros. I mean, he has not hid the fact that that's his main goal. And
right.
it really just seems to me that if he win a championship, that'll be icing on the cake. It ain't as if he's going for the championship as the main priority. And if he's not guys to the pros, then that's the icing on the cake. It's the other way around with Cal. So the university got to determine, well, shit, if we don't have Cal, then who we gonna have and the money that he's bringing in,
right?
The exposure, the notoriety, where's that gonna come from? So it's a balance in that.
I think he's feeling a bit of pressure though, and it may not be university. It could be his own personal pressure because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. When have you ever heard him complain about other teams recruiting? They always won the recruiting battles. So, you know,
ego thing. It could be an ego thing because just as much as, you know, we just sit here and said he's really about getting the guys to the pros, something in the back of his head at some point was telling him, you know, I'll probably win 3 or 4 just off rip just by having all these good guys, and it hasn't happened. And he's probably like, hey, he's probably thinking, hey, I need to win a couple.
You got to get at least 2 to get to the table in my eyes. Last thing on Cal. Who the hell did Boogie and John Wall lose to in the tournament that year? That was a loaded-ass team.
I don't know.
John Wall, Bledsoe, Boogie. It was like 10 NBA players on that team.
Yeah, I can't remember who they. I want to say James Young on that team.
I believe he was on that team too.
Yeah, because he ended up getting drafted by Boston. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Speaking of NBA draft picks.
Before we get to Trae Young, a couple teams I'm keeping my eye on.
Go ahead.
Keep my eye on Villanova. You know, they won.
They beat Xavier Saturday.
Well, they beat us 2 years ago for the championship, so they all right there. Xavier is another hard-nosed team. Those teams like Xavier, Temple, them A-10 schools.
They play hard.
That's like 25 years old, and everybody on the team like 6'8", you know, but they got heart, and they'll fight you. Them the kind of teams come March that I like to see because they're the kind of teams.
They switch everything.
What? Hard-nosed, gritty. Give me a Bob Huggins coach team.
Yeah.
Cincinnati or somebody in the tournament.
You see, he showed his ass over the weekend, got kicked out of a game. Again.
Yeah. I saw that. So I'm keeping an eye on that. People keep talking about Purdue. I'm going to have to watch them.
I got to see them.
I saw Michigan State beat them last weekend. So I'm going to have to watch them a couple more times. But then a couple teams that kind of got my eye on.
So we need to do some homework this week and watch some college basketball.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, this next guy, go ahead and get into it. I've been watching some of him.
Yeah. I'm going to watch a good bit more. I'm just happy to see that team at number 10 because they have won 5 straight, people. 5 straight. The University of North Carolina is playing some basketball right now.
And you know you did it, right?
Yeah, because I told them to win some fucking games.
Ever since that show, we ain't lost since that.
I was over it. Couldn't take it no more. Couldn't take it. Okay, people, we talk on this show a good bit about how, you know, some things may be hot. They may go real well for a while. But these teams and these organizations out there, they have this thing called footage. And when they get footage on you, things change. But, you know, you may surprise somebody for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. They may not see shit coming. But when they get that time to go through that footage, stop that recorder, roll it back, go back to it, they figure shit out. Trae Young has learned the hard way about footage. Boy, they anointed him Steph Curry, baby Jesus Jr. the first part of this season.
The 4-letter network will do it to you every time.
Build you up. And these teams just sit back like, say word. Gotcha. This young man has been getting hell since they had all these damn broadcasts on him. And these are his words on his struggles. I'm getting guarded like nobody else in the country is being guarded. Scouted on like no one else in the country is. It's a mystery coming out each and every game to try to figure out how a team is going to guard me and how I'm going to dictate how my team wins. That's what you call being a number one option.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to scheme for you, young man. They're going to. Now, I'm not going to shit on him completely because he can't be no more than, 19? Maybe.
Let's say, yeah, he's a freshman, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he's 19 years old. And it's not his fault. It wasn't like he was out there saying, hey, come interview me. Hey, call me Steph Jr. They did it to him. They did it to him.
Yep.
And he said, it's a lot tougher for me to score now than it was in the beginning. It's a process right now, but it's tough, homie.
It almost makes me wonder, even though he was a McDonald's All-American and what have you, is how you look at his high school numbers. Again, it's just numbers. But he didn't even play ball his freshman year. And then they said he came in sophomore year, first year playing, averaged like 25. Junior year came in, averaged like 35.
I sure wish you had the shooting numbers on that.
And then the senior year, he I might still have it up. Senior year, I want to say he averaged like 46.
Because if he averaged 25 and shot under 40%, I don't want to hear nothing about that.
You don't want to hear it.
Nothing. Because it's not a good percentage.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I want, you know what, the 46 year, that's what I want to know. 46 damn points?
What's that?
I want to hear what he shot the year he scored 46 a game.
Oh, okay. Let me see if it let me see. Okay, yeah. So sophomore year he averaged 25, 5, and 4. Junior year 34, 5, and 5, and I'm rounding those 5 and 5 up. Senior year, here we go. 42.6 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 49%.
Oh shit! Who was he playing?
So that's what I'm saying. The way those numbers kept shooting up like that.
This cat almost averaged 40, and he shot 50% from the field.
I'm like, okay, who the hell is he playing? Because if he had been at any type of top-notch school or league that played top-notch elite talent, this ain't the first time he been game playing for or had people coming at him. So he would probably know how to handle it better. His answer to me almost sounds as if this is uncharted waters for him. This is the first time he's having people really go at him like that. So that leads me to maybe question the competition a little bit.
Gotta go old school, dog. Did he have a bowl of them Scareties this morning? Because it sounded like he did after that game.
A big bowl of Scareties with some skim milk.
Oh my God.
Not even 2%.
This sound real weak, huh? And this right here, this is blood in the water. Because if you talking like this, they gonna be on your ass the rest of the season.
Your hair already curling.
What? Hey. And the sad part is, talking like this, he ain't got no choice but to go pro. Right now, while that iron is hot.
Oh, absolutely. Don't turn around and be like Grayson Allen. Oh,
go
man.
now.
Oh, man.
Go right now.
But
and he's still putting up good numbers. He's just taking a shitload of shots to get it.
Right. And then and the biggest thing, too, is that this team is going in the wrong direction.
Boy.
Since the turn of the year, since they started conference play, which is when he started to be guarded like no other.
And that's when you said it. You said, let me see what happens when they get in the conference play.
I think they're 6-9, and then they lost their last 5 in a row. They have been booted all the way out of the top 25 as of today's poll, and they only got 1 vote. So they're not looking real good right now. And it was interesting. I go back to last week now that I'm thinking about it. Did you see the committee put out the top 16 teams? What they were each region, and they had Oklahoma at like number 3.
That's right. And somebody on TV was mad as hell about that.
Jay Billis is always mad about.
Don't he keep it real?
He does. He does. But I can see them getting bounced first round. If they like a 6 seed or so, or that 5-12, 6-11 game, where you get like a Cincinnati or one of these smaller conference schools that's good, they can get bounced real early.
All he got to do is secure that bag. All he got to do. Play hard in that 5-11 game. Put up 30. A gritty 30. Get hurt or something. Twist your ankle and keep playing. First round. First round.
And, man, LeBron and co-signed him, so, he might already be on his way to a lottery pick.
He just looks like a better shooting version of Tyus Jones from Duke. That's the only thing different. Better shooting version.
And you look at Tyus Jones, and he was that dude. He could shoot.
He could. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't shoot there. So, hey, y'all keep searching for that next Steph. Steph's a little bit of a unicorn. You ain't seen much like that.
Not at all. And it's going to be a while before we see again because Steph was a late bloom. A late bloom as far as coming to the superstar table.
But you know what? Between Steph, all he does is shoot threes, and the bigs, all they do is dunk. That's why we ain't got shit in between. That's why these kids ain't working on nothing in the middle of the floor. Just either I'm going to dunk on you and shoot a three. What the hell?
Oh, man. And on that note, I think it's time to get out of here.
Trying not to be the old man, dog, but it got to be more to the game than dunks and threes. It got to be.
And man, maybe it'll retro like everything else. Because, we got some decent bigs back in here now. We got Boogie, Cat, Embiid.
Yes.
AD.
It's talent.
We got some talented bigs out here. Hassan Whiteside need to go this summer and visit Dream or somebody because he getting paid too much money to just be a shot blocker. His offensive game.
Cat looks good.
I love Cat.
Yeah, it's some nice ones, man. It's just I think the guards are what irritate me the most. It's a damn shame the bigs seem more well-rounded than the guards do. Right now. That's a damn shame.
You got bigs in the skill challenge now.
Right.
You're winning it.
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I almost turned that shit off last night. All they do is come down. Fire the three. Fire the three. That's the lead.
And Mike D'Antoni sitting over here. I started all this shit.
Oh, my God.
Hey, let's get up out of here, baby. Tell the people where to reach you at on social media.
At RK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
And you can reach your boy, me, Diego Barishnikov, at Diego Barish on Twitter. Also, don't forget to always check out the Facebook, IG, Twitter page, all that from AA Sportscast, Straight Sports No Chaser. Every platform that you are on and you following us, make sure you liking, leaving comments, letting us know you there and that you hear us and we hear y'all. So, for AA Sports, Straight Sports No Chaser, for your boy Uncle Hate, Diego Barishnikov, we up out of here. We'll see y'all in 48 hours. Peace.